On July 17, 1897, after the steamship Portland docked in Seattle bearing treasure from the Yukon, the Seattle Post-Intelligencer's front page topping headline incanted, "Gold, gold, gold, gold." Well, a day later, the New York Times ran its own front page article, "Wealth of the Klondike." With the rest of the country, two Cornell Law School students, Mark Odell and Ellis Aldrich, read these accounts of vast, easily acquired wealth and tossed their own hats in the ring. By March 1898, the ambitious chums had secured funding from a syndicate of investors, likely including Syracuse's Lyman C. Smith, after whom Seattle Smith's Tower is named. They dropped out of school and boarded a train for the Northwest. In their just-released book, From Cheechakos to Sourdoughs, Two Ivy Leaguers' Quest for Yukon Gold, Odell's maternal grandsons, Steve and John Lundin, tell a compelling tale drawn from journal entries, letters, and 12 rolls of photographs found in a shoebox. Hot on their grandfather's trail to the Yukon, the Lundins offer an indelible portrait of the young stampeders and their transformation from greenhorns, Cheechakos, to veteran prospectors, Sourdoughs. Within a week of arriving in boomtown Seattle, the industrious Odell and Aldrich purchased more than a ton of supplies from local outfitters and booked passage on the SS Alki to Skagway. Throughout, Odell's observant voice enlivens the narrative. Steaming up the Inside Passage, he marvels at the wonders of the sea, whose delicate changing azure tints seem to conceal mermaids who had just slipped off into the dark green waters. Arriving in lawless Skagway on April 3rd, the pair prepared for the first of their countless ordeals, many days of hauling their massive supplies over legendary Chilkoot Pass. From a distance, it looks much like a string of ants creeping up a small mound, Odell wrote. Such scenes I never saw nor imagined. Over grueling months, the partners continued their northbound journey, often narrowly skirting disaster. Building a cabin near Wolverine Creek, a Yukon River tributary, they mined and prospected throughout a brutal winter, digging 30-foot deep placer shafts through permafrost in forbidding temperatures. "Holy smut," Odell noted on November 11th. "It was 51 degrees below last night." Approaching mental and physical exhaustion, the two ended their quest for treasure, making a laborious return from the Yukon, February through March 1899, a full year after setting out. After 126 years, the Lundins write, one mystery remains. Contemporary newspaper accounts suggested that Odell and Aldrich arrived in Seattle laden with gold. But both Sourdoughs firmly denied it to the end of their lives. In our first then photo, an Anders Vilse 1898 portrait of Seattle's bustling waterfront depicts where many merchants sold supplies to eager Alaska-bound stampeders. Out of more than 100,000 treasure hunters, 30 to 40,000 reached the Yukon interior, of which an estimated 4,000 found gold. Only a few hundred became rich. In our second then photo, hundreds of would-be prospectors climb the Golden Stairs at Chilkoot Pass, each carrying loads weighing 50 to 100 pounds. Dozens of trips were required to transport each ton of supplies. In our third then photo, Mark Odell, circa 1920. After his Yukon adventure, he made his home in Seattle. Formerly a celebrated Cornell rower, he helped start the first University of Washington crew program. In our first now photo, John and Steve Lundin, co-authors of From Cheechakos to Sourdoughs, stand near Pier 58, close to soon-to-be-completed Waterfront Park. Originally the site of Schwabacher's Wharf, here was where the SS Portland docked on July 17th, 1897.